Welcome back to Binge Warmers. My name is Hopper, the Lung Harvester.
Oh, my name is Steven.
Peacemaker, episode 2 on deck. It's called A Man is Only as Good as His Bird.
Love that title, by the way.
Yes.
Highs and lows with Peacemaker, episode 2. Obviously, I was talking to you about this before. I think, like you were saying, this episode would have benefited from being a 2-part premiere.
Yeah.
Because this episode kind of... If you're binging the series, it's a fine episode. But when you're waiting week to week, and you waited a whole week to get this, for me, it was just a little bit of a letdown because it just wasn't... And maybe it's also because I'm watching Alien Earth every week, you know, and each episode seems to just punch you with adrenaline and stuff, you know. This one just kind of felt a little meh. Just a little It wasn't bad, it just kind of...
This is what we call in the industry a setup episode.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
setting up for... What seems to be, from the preview of the next episode, seems to be basically Chris, Peacemaker, just walking around this new universe, figuring out what's going on, what his place is, what his old relationship looked like. Maybe he's doing some like superheroing stuff. So I think this is really going to ramp up. Mm-hmm. The next episode will probably be like twice as much action as this episode, which is a good thing. So
we get to see Adebayo with her now divorced or split, broken up Kia girlfriend, wife. Something.
I think they're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get a little bit of trouble there, and you can really see that Adebayo needs the friendship with Chris just as much as Chris needs the friendship. You know, they're kind of not too much using each other, but like without the other, they'd probably be even more of an emotional wreck. You know, and like you said, I really like Adebayo's character, dude.
People don't talk about her enough, but I think she's like the heart of the show.
Absolutely.
Her and, like honestly, like Vigilante are both like the heart of the show.
Which we get Vigilante because Chris is like he can't hide the other Chris.
Yeah,
so he calls
I was laughing my head off. He's like trying to push his dead body into a thing, and it keeps falling out.
I was analytically looking at it like, okay, he just pushed his box out of the way. What if he brings the box back and puts it in front of it while he gets ready to move the other part?
In my head, because like we had already seen the kyphotic alien like burn that little rat cat creature. I was like, why don't he just like put him in the incinerator?
Yeah, that's what Dez thought too. And then he said the bone saws, and then we see it later, so he does end up doing it. But Adrian comes over. He sees the leftovers of the orgy, and he's just like, bro, why didn't you invite me? He's like, I don't even think you like sex. He goes, I don't. I'm not a pervert. Yeah. But I like bonding with my friends.
He's just like many people, I use it as an opportunity to bond with my best friend. He's like, it's not like most people.
No one does that. And he goes, well, I'm not a pervert, okay? I don't like sex, okay?
We also got the confirmation that he was just using the orgy as like an escape, which is, I think, what this alternate universe is ultimately, is just like an escape. Like, it's not his real life, which I think I've mentioned this in my like breakdown thing. By the way, I did a breakdown for the first episode. Steven was out of town. I think we're just going to do discussions because we got copyrighted bad on that first one.
Big facts.
We even refuted it, and they're like, nope, you're going to either have to go deeper into this or whatever. But no, I think the multiverse thing is just a escape, and I think that's why it's a more interesting multiverse story. Because previously it's just been like, I don't know, it's just been it's been a delivery mechanism for cameos and fan service, which is fine. And like Deadpool and Wolverine did that fine. Yeah. I think Multiverse of Madness even did that fine. But like, I like this more personal storytelling. It almost feels like a Rick and Morty episode where like they kill each other in this previous universe. Yeah. And because their universe is messed up somehow, so now they have to like live in this other universe. It's taking that idea and fleshing it out like tenfold. It's like actually diving into like the interesting character bits of that.
I am excited, but at the same time, I hate stuff like this because for me, it hurts to watch that I'm always like, oh, I can't see what's going to go next because I know what he's doing is wrong. It's going to hurt him in the long run kind of thing, and I can't help but feel the emotional fallout as soon as it happens kind of thing. Yeah. I told Des, I said, the second his fake dad and brother find out that that's not the real him, he's going to try and they're going to try and kill him like instantly. They're not going to hesitate, dude. Yeah.
So I didn't know the name of the guy. David Denman is playing his brother. Yeah. I forget the name. It's like
Keith,
thank you. Yeah. He's playing Captain Triumph, which is like a Golden Age hero.
Okay.
But he's like the mixture of like a soldier and a ghost or something.
Really?
He has like these kind of like Shazam powers, but he's like a ghost man thing. And I was watching someone break it down. They go, well, maybe that's because Keith is dead in the original universe. So that's like, they're not like, the ghost is mixed, but like maybe that's kind of the reason why we're using this character.
That's cool. I like that. Harcourt and Chris's relationship is almost like what you would see if the roles were reversed, right? So Harcourt in the first episode was accused of having toxic masculinity, but it does look like Harcourt is taking what would be predominantly like stereotypes of a man who can't fix his like himself, his emotions, he can't do it. And then Chris is the woman who's trying to soothe and heal and fix. Yeah. And the man is just like, no, you, just hurting the people trying to help him. And it looks like they've switched them to where Harcourt is in the man position and Chris is in the female position. And it works really well.
How about I'm not a fucking mirror?
Yes, dude.
Because you can even break that down. She's a woman, and a woman is coming to her in confidence and saying, you're beaten up. It looks like a man beat you up.
Yeah.
Which, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But not in the situation that this lady probably thinks. And she's like, Harcourt gets really upset because she's like, no, I'm a badass who got hurt in a fight, like a proper fight. Like I was beating up a bunch of like bikers.
Yeah, just because you see yourself in me doesn't mean that's who I am. Like, fuck off. Even though she's trying to help, you know?
She goes, what are you looking at, Beaker?
Yeah, dude. I laughed so hard. Des goes, who's Beaker? And the guy said it right afterwards, and the lady goes, it's not good.
Yeah, he's like, is that good? He goes, is that bad? And she goes, it's not good.
Yeah, Des laughed at it, and then I showed her Beaker, and she laughed so hard, dude. What a great thing.
The tweet I saw after that, because we talked about this at some point with Ice Age and Alien Earth. Like, Ice Age is now canon to Alien Earth. Someone said, the Muppets are now canon to DCU. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, but it's so funny. But yeah, Harcourt's on. It's so funny too because Chris, as Peacemaker, we've seen him in first season of Peacemaker, and we saw him in Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. He has shown a lot of emotional growth and development as a character. You know what I mean? In the first season when he's got the gun pointed at those like kids and the whoever, and he's like, he can't do it, and Vigilante has to take over. Yeah, like that is a lot of growth because he used to say like his catchphrase is like, "I'll kill any man, woman, or child to keep the peace" or whatever it is. And it's another stereotype of like women usually are in tune with their emotions. They're able to analyze how they're feeling and what's making them to where they can go on those journeys. Well, men will just shove it all down and then just react and be mean. And you, again, have it reversed where Harcourt cannot understand. She's struggling with all these emotions, her mixed up feelings for Chris, her lack of a drive or motivation because she has no job kind of thing. She's been trained to do one thing. It's intelligence, and Task Force X helped her do that. Yep. So she's spiraling. And
now
you've got
she's
Chris
like,
being the wall,
She's considering working at a drugstore.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's insane. I'm excited to see this. It's an interesting way that James Gunn has done this, and I can't wait to see how it develops further.
I'm hoping she opens up, but there's an interesting wrinkle here. Oh, you also, too, get the line about, like, water finds its own level. Did you notice that?
Yeah, she was just being so mean to him, dude.
Well, it's because, like, that's what's happening is, like, he's, like, becoming a more realized kind of grown individual, where she was, like, sort of an already established, like, spy or whatever. Yeah. And she's kind of brought down a little bit by this, circumstances. Mm-hmm. And so the water has kind of found its own level a little bit. And I think they're at a place where they can both benefit each other, even though they're very similar. I don't know how that would work at first, at least.
I assumed more so that she still sees him as beneath her.
She does.
And that he thinks that she's fallen down to his level, when in reality, he's come up.
Yes.
And she's fallen a little bit.
Yes. And she's like, oh, you'd love me to be your broken brother. She's really getting at him. Yeah. And she's like, and he's drinking Bud Lights, but he's getting, like, trashed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's really, like, devolving in this moment. And he's even saying, like, he wears a costume and beats people up. So she's like, that's fucked up. And you have no right to judge me based on anything of, what you do. And he's like, well, it takes one to know one. I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool if she wore a costume. Immediately she goes, well, that'd be stupid. Yeah. So I was like, damn, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Nip that in the bud. Yeah. That was a problem, though, in the CW. We saw a lot of, like, why don't I just wear a costume and do the same thing? And then we had 8 million characters in each CW show wearing costumes, not adding anything to the show.
Exactly. But you get this extra side from Chris where he killed himself. He chopped up his body.
He's killed himself, his brother, and his dad now. Which I think you mentioned that in the first episode.
He'll probably. I think I got that from James Gunn on the official podcast or whatever.
Oh,
but,
heck yeah.
He's looking at this phone and he sees where in this other life, like, he was probably in a relationship with Amelia Harcourt. Yeah. And also, side note, I didn't notice this in the first watch through. My brother and I watched the first episode, and in the other universe, David Denman's character's like, she's dating that jarhead now. Like, so she's probably dating Rick Flag Jr.
Oh.
I bet that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I bet you somehow Rick Flag Sr. will probably meet Rick Flag Jr. from this other universe and have some amount of closure, or either go the other way, or maybe something violent happens.
Yeah. Dude, that's getting deeper.
I
like that.
We get the Rick Flag bit where we found out him in the beginning. He's now the director of Argus, and we speculated he was in the Superman movie because Amanda Waller got called out from the first season. She was... all the government secrets about using prisoners was bad, so she got kicked out. Even though I think that was after, or that was before Creature Commandos.
I think so. I'm not sure. Creature Commandos kind of falls.
I don't know the whole
in a weird spot.
But anyway, so he wasn't the commander now. Now he's the commander or the director, I guess. And that's why he starts looking into Peacemaker, because he gets that dossier of what happened to his son. which is funny because it has like all the lines of like exactly like it even says like Peacemaker, what a joke. So I'm assuming Peacemaker gave him that information. Like
well, no, they were all tapped. They all heard it.
Well, no, but wasn't the communication down at the Court of Maltese or whatever?
Oh, was it? I can't remember. No, because they knocked out Amanda Waller and they were talking to the Suicide Squad.
Well, I think after the building collapsed, they got their communications back or something. I don't remember.
It's been a minute since I've seen that. Yeah. I've been wanting to rewatch it.
I watched the clips from doing the last week's episode, but I didn't.
It's so good, man.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah. Economos is struggling himself now too. Like even more so, it's the same struggle as the first episode, but hyper showing now just because he's at that party with his friends and he's seeing them and he's like, oh, everyone's hanging out with each other. Everyone's so close and tight knit. And he's spying on one of them, keeping it a secret from him and stuff. And he's really he's feeling the effects. And I think they've talked on it before. Economos maybe is autistic in the fact that he doesn't think he can build relationships with other people kind of thing.
He kind of opens up about his anxiety and his uncomfortableness because he's basically like, saying to Adebayo when he's drunk, he's like, I can't leave this job. I've got depression and anxiety for a long time, so it's just kind of my lot in life to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think eventually we'll probably see a switch.
Yeah,
we get introduced to a new character that's watching Economos watch Chris. What's his name? I can't remember.
Agent Fleury.
Everything about him just seems like he's from a bit of I Think You Should Leave. Because when he goes, "What's that parrot doing?" He's like, are you kidding me? That's an eagle. What the how do you think that's a parrot?
That's a bald eagle, the symbol of America.
Yeah, and the guy was like, you must not have read my dossier. I was like, where is this going? He goes, I'm diagnosed with bird blindness.
He almost says it like a joke at first, but then he's like not joking at all.
And he keeps the bit going, and I'm like, it almost takes me out of the show. I'm like, what show am I watching? And he's like, I'm going to call you Ginger Cool. And Economos is just like, what the is going on?
He comes up to him, he's like, what kind of greeting would you like? A handshake or a fist bump? And he's like, just a nod. And he's like, oh yeah, Ginger Cool.
Ginger Cool.
And then you see him like rubbing on his shoulders.
Give him a massage,
eating his chicken nuggets.
Yeah, what a weird dude.
He sees Adebayo walk up, he's like,
Yeah, he goes, oh, did I offend you by sexualizing one of your friends?
It's rubbing his back.
He's like, this is not one of my friends. He goes, okay, because by that I mean I'd tap that ass. I'm like, what are we watching right now?
I love him so much. James Gunn basically said that like Peacemaker's not as immature and gross as he was in the first season.
Yeah.
So Fleury's there to kind of bring that energy into the show. Yeah.
I love that so much, dude. Like titties and Golden Boy or Pony Boy.
So another fun aspect of this, they want while Chris and Economos are gone at this party, they want Fleury and a group of Argus agents to break into Chris's house and look for the dimensional portal. And we get like a little bit of these agents kind of gearing up. We see like a couple kids running around one. We see the lady kind of like putting her hand on the girl's chest or on the girl's shoulder. And then like just kind of like showing the personalities of the people. They're watching the door, waiting to go in after Chris is like left. And they're talking about like housewarming gifts. And it's like, it's funny because normally in a show like this, like you would never get personalities or character out of like just the grunts.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, it's here. It's like we get them talking, we get them, giving their own opinions on stuff. Like, oh no, housewarming is only for if it's, a new apartment or whatever.
And the guy's like, I get a gift every time I go to someone's house. And someone's like, but if I forget it, oh, well, you just forget it. I wouldn't go back. And then you go home, and then you get to drink it. Score.
They're like, then you go get lit. And he's like, I love getting lit.
Yeah, dude. What? Oh, but then they go in there and they're trying to break into the house and stuff, and they get up by Eagly, dude.
Crazy
a man is only as good as his bird.
Really a good guard dog, if you think about it.
Up, dude. And he's like, guys, get in here. There's some sort of sized bird. And he goes, bird blindness. Damn it. He's like, I don't know what size he is, but he's messing people up. Tears a guy's eye out, pecks the girl's neck. We don't know who's alive, who's dead. And then there's music playing. He's slow-mo strutting back into the freaking house. Like, yeah, bitch, come in here again.
Eagly's one of those characters where I almost forget about if he's not on screen because, like, it's an eagle. It's such a bizarre thing to have.
Yes, dude.
And then, like, eventually you see it and you're like, oh, yeah, this is a predator bird. This is like a raptor bird. This is a really intimidating force. Yeah.
Don't mess with a bald eagle, dude.
And the fact that Chris just trained it somehow and it's like his best friend is the funniest.
Petting and stuff, and then he gets a little too lovey-dovey, and he's like, okay, get away from me, dude. And he's like, oh, fine.
I like that he didn't even notice like his house was broken into.
Yeah.
One, because he's so drunk, and two, because Eagly has probably f***ed up his house before.
Yeah, he's like Eagly, in here again. Oh, dude. such a good. It's a good episode. It really is. But at the same time, because I've been watching Alien, because I've been waiting for this show,
it's a setup episode, yeah.
Right. But it's not filler. I don't want someone saying, "Oh, it's just a filler,"
because it's necessary for the plot.
Yes,
especially
exactly.
because you get him going to the next universe.
Yeah.
Essentially, probably for like a good while. He's
He'll
gonna
probably
stay
be in there
for a while.
all this episode, maybe the next one.
Although I noticed he left his door open, so I'm assuming that
Bad.
Argus agents get up in there somehow.
Yeah, they get all up in this.
Another funny moment here. They're like tearing up Chris's body, and Adrian Chase, the vigilante, he's like having so much fun. He's like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
he's
this is so awesome. He's like cutting his arm off and stuff. The freaking alien comes out.
I was gonna say, he's like, he didn't say like, what the fucking alien? He just goes, who's that guy?
And he goes, someone who's just fucking rude, and he never says hi to you.
I love his delivery on that line because he just goes, some rude motherfucker who never says hi back. Dude, John Cena's like an amazing actor.
He's
I think.
awesome, dude.
I want your theories on like what cameos / other characters you think we'll see in this.
I didn't
season.
even think about the Rick Flag Jr. thing. That's a great call out.
Yep.
I think it'd be reminiscent if we don't see more of the Justice Gang or maybe a Superman throw in.
I think we'll see Hawk Girl and Fleury interact since he can't tell how big she is.
That'd be hilarious. Maybe he uses this just to throw in Supergirl at one point or another kind of thing. I think James Gunn is good at throwing in cameos that kind of matter. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, we don't see someone unless it's going to matter later. Like, yeah, the Justice Gang probably didn't need to be in there, but at the same time...
It's good world building.
Yeah, it's world building. So I don't think he's just going to throw someone in just to throw them in. I think if they're in there, they're going to have some sort of relevance either to a future production thing or to the plot somehow, you know?
I'm going to throw my hat in for Lex Luthor because of the dimensional portal stuff. I think Rick Flag Sr. will go to him and kind of get information from him.
Mr. Terrific, maybe.
Yeah, for sure, because he helped fix that rift, so maybe that's why he wasn't in the room with Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl and Max Lord.
James Gunn's also a little bit of a troller.
Yeah.
We may see some DCEU character in this alternate reality.
Oh, maybe so.
You know,
maybe
maybe we see someone as like a superhero somewhere. He could have
Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
I was about to say, just
for
have
instance.
Jason Momoa be Aquaman because he's already going to be on set for something else.
Yeah.
And you know, Jason Momoa is going to love doing that too because he loves poking fun at people too. So that would probably be one of my call-outs is a DCEU member in the alternate universe.
I'm also going to say one of the Creature Commandos probably going to come in.
Could be.
I saw a crackpot theory that I really liked, but I don't think is going to be real. It's that in this next dimension, this Earth 2, we can call it. Mm-hmm. I think James Gunn's called it that. Also, I was calling it the Quantum Unfolding Storage Area for the whole time because that's what it's called in the wiki, but like James Gunn's calling it the Quantum Unfolding Chamber. He's abbreviated that to QUC.
Okay.
So QUC is what we can call it. But I think one of the Creature Commandos will be here. I'm going to go ahead and put Weasel in because Weasel's already been in live action.
And Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn was on set for Max Lord. I don't think it's that far off to think that maybe we get, Superman because he's already been there. So, I mean, we've already seen Superman's movie, I guess. So it may.
James Gunn is really good at world building with these characters to make it feel natural, right?
Yeah.
Feel like it's just a massive world of superheroes and villains and stuff.
I didn't even say the theory. So in the next in Earth 2, right? Since they called it Bloodhaven instead of Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Bloodhaven?
Yeah.
I usually call it Bloodhaven.
Yeah. Which
So,
technically it should be Bloodhaven,
with the dots, yeah.
but everyone ignores that anyway. So.
Yeah. And apparently in Creature Commandos, they say Bloodhaven like on the news.
Star City Metropolitan has brought in animal control experts from Metropolis and Bloodhaven.
I don't know. Maybe they call it Blood and Blood. The reason that would be different is because that's the German pronunciation, Blood.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about this.
And so if it's like a German, like
they are not actually
pronunciation,
technically heroes.
maybe they're just Nazis that won. Like maybe Germany won the war, and now they're just like Nazi heroes or whatever. And so Creature Commandos connection, we could get GI Robot helping Chris fuck up that whole dimension. That could be something that I would really enjoy.
When he finds out his best friend's a Nazi, and he's like, he kills all of them at the function, dude.
It's like, get ready to die,
Yeah.
Nazis.
Oh man, I love that.
Lots of coming. I think, and from what James Gunn has said, episode 6 and episode 8 are going to be like nuts.
Yeah.
He said they're almost going to be like a different show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you heard it here first, guys. If you guys watched this one, are you waiting for this one to come out all at once? Were you upset with the lower stakes of the second episode, but understanding where it comes from? What are your thoughts overall on the DCU as a whole? Leave all those in the comments down below, and we will see you guys next week.